Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire on a little bit of an overcast but not too cold a day. And as you can see in the background, I am not alone. That little blurry figure up there is Mr. Albert, the secretive Mr. Albert. So we're back out on this pea field. You might hear some machinery because the tractor's going around just scuffing up the old vines on the surface to help them break down before they plough them back in. And yeah, it's the two of us, so we've got a few hours. We're going to give it a go. We're going to see how we get on. The countdown to the rally season is quickly upon us. In no time at all, towards what, the 21st of August, I'll be at Digathon in Pocklington in Yorkshire, where I'm sure I'll see some of you. Shortly thereafter, it's Detectorville down in the southeast of England. And then after that, we're at the Lothian Relics, the Scottish Rally, which is to the south of Edinburgh, or maybe even the Scottish borders. Can't actually remember where that one is. Anyway, I'm sure I will see lots of you on the road. Right, no more waffle. Loads of history in the area. Last time I was out on this field, didn't do very well, but we live in hope. So let's go and see if there's any treasures. Oh, and before I forget, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help support the channel's growth. Oh, and I've just hit 57,000 subscribers. So welcome to the new ones, and thank you all for the incredible support. Right, let's go. Oh, and look everyone, I've got a new bit of gadgetry. You might notice there is something different about the DEUS II. I got fed up with the controller constantly falling off the head of the machine, so I just happened to look online, and this was on eBay. It's made by someone with a 3D printer. It's got Montis, I think that's how you pronounce it, M-O-N-T-I-S, and it's just a little thing that the control unit slots into. Now, it will fall out. If you tip it up at the wrong angle, you'll see it slides out. However, to stop that from happening and it getting lost, I've put my tether through there. So it means it's impossible for it to fall out because that won't pass through there. So we'll see how we get on with it. It's pretty light, doesn't add a lot of weight. And yeah, it's just an alternative to using the traditional DEUS II clip. There we go. We have our first digger, just 1 minute in. 76, right about there. Okay, we have a target, some greeny coloured soil. Detector's falling over, but the head's still in it. That's why it keeps falling off. Oh, there we go, we've got a button. A gold button on the first hole. It looks like a wee military one. Possibly. Or one from a railway. But that is a very good start. Okay, I'm going to give this a wee delicate clean because I don't want to take off any of the gilding that's already there. So let it dry out and then I'll give it a wee gentle dusting. Back to you in a wee minute. Don't go anywhere. There we go folks, target number 1. A little gilded button. You can see some of the gold flecks on it. There's writing around the outside edge and you can see the V, which I believe above it has got a crown. I'm pretty certain I found one of these before and I want to say it was something like the Perthshire Volunteers. But I might be wrong. If it's not military, then it's something to do with the railways. But I think it's military because it's got the crown above the V. So I may well have had one or two of these recently, but I cannot for the life of me remember what type of button it was. So I'm sure one of you will know the answer. If I'm able to discover on the internet before any of you see this video, then I will superimpose the button over the top. And if it doesn't appear, then you know that I wasn't able to figure it out. Date-wise though, I think it's probably going to be late 1700s through into maybe, what, 1850, 1880, something like that. So if you know, comment below. Not a bad start. Hopefully more to come. You know my motto, if in doubt, dig it out. On its edge, and I think we've got a coin because I can just see a little green edge just right there. There's a little bit of an imprint, and the ground is very dry, so we've got a halfpenny. Oops, fell over, but it's still in there. My fault. It's a bit breezy as well. So we've got a halfpenny. It is not in great condition. Ah, but it's George V. There you go. Get that to focus. There you go. George V. So sometime between 1910 and 1936. Grandson of Queen Victoria. Right. I think it'll be a struggle to get a date off this, but I'll do my best. Back to you in a sec. Look at that for a transformation. George V, by the grace of God, King of the Britons, Defender of the Faith, and Emperor of India. You can see his mustachioed head looking to the left hand side, fading through. A halfpenny, unfortunately, not much in the way of buying power. We ain't getting any pints for that. I think we're probably up to something like 12 or 14 pence a pint, I think, by this point. But the important thing is that we did manage to get a date. Right at the bottom, 1921. Excellent. Coin number 1, first I've had in weeks. So I'm over the moon with that. We have another decent target. $76, $77. What we got this time? It's actually a bit of iron in the ground there. Sounds a wee bit crisper now. 78, 79. Oh, no, it's better. Oh, oh, you beauty. That could be silver. You know, when I saw that, I thought that was part of a moo tube or such like. I think we've got a little pendant. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is amazing. I think that could be silver, folks. I think that could be silver. Can't say I've seen something like this before. Let's have a fish around and find my wee spray bottle in between all the junk that's in my bag. What an interesting wee find. Ugh, don't tell me I've got no water in it. Oh, I do, I've got a tiny wee bit. Forgot to fill it up. I think that is silver. It's got the right patination. What a weird little thing. It's not flat, and it looks maybe like it's been slightly squashed. Maybe off a charm bracelet or such like. But folks, I think that is silver. I'll give it a clean up, see if we can see a hallmark, and then we'll have a closer look at it. You beauty. I'm just going over to show Albert my wee find. Let's see what he thinks. What do you reckon to that, Albert?
Oh, that's a cool wee thing. That's heavy, yeah?
Yeah, I think it could be silver.
That's silver. That's definitely silver.
So what do you think? What is it? A little charm?
It's like a wee charm thing.
A wee pendant or something?
Yeah, that looks quite old.
Seen anything similar to it? I thought I could see a few letters on the back. See just below the head?
Yeah, and here.
Yeah.
Just in the back collar, there is some in there.
Do you think it could be hallmarks? I couldn't see any on it.
It's got a right old face. It looks almost European.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit different. Can't say I've seen something similar to that before,
That's
but
cool, that.
That's smart. 72, 78.
Well done. It definitely feels heavy enough for silver.
Good. That'll be fantastic. We'll call it silver.
Well done.
Test it when I get home. Superb. Plenty of targets for Albert, but nothing amazing so far. A little bit of folded copper, a little bit of aluminium, part of probably a little drawer pull. Well, that's like, what, some sort of finial or something, is it? That's quite heavy.
Yeah, it is quite heavy. It's almost
bronze.
Like bronze.
Yeah. Well, could be a thing that actually. Worth showing the museum that, Albert, just in case.
Yeah.
Bits of lead, bits of copper, and it's probably been some sort of mount, isn't it? Because it's got a little fixing there for hammering into wood or leather maybe. And he's got himself a wee tomback button as well.
Maybe if we get that into the museum, we might get a reply back by 2030.
Oh, you skeptic. So there you go. Slim picking so far, but we'll have a wee closer look at my little silver thing. Back to you in a sec. What do you all think of that in terms of date? It's been slightly squashed. I think it's hollow, or partly hollow. It's squashed a bit on the back, especially. It looks like it's got a little hole through it there. And definitely looks like there are some letters just on the back of the, directly below the head. Possibly LVE, but I'm not 100% certain. But it's a little figure. It's got a loop, so it's clearly been on a chain or a pendant or a charm bracelet. And the face, slightly podgy, it almost looks a little bit like one of those Russian dolls, you know, the ones that all fit inside each other. Sure, they've got a name, but, well, what do you think? It looks like we're on the silver, and that's a quirky little find. I'm going to say date-wise, probably 19th century, but I'll be interested to hear what you all think. I'm made up with that. That is a really, really nice little quirky find. Fantastic. Oh, and Albert's just shouted that he's got a coin. A wee bit quiet over the last half hour. We'll check this one out on camera. Oh, that's harder ground. 71 to 83. It's a bit jumpy. Is it in that clod? Nope. Take two. Let's see. Sounding a wee bit better. One more, and then we'll get the pinpoint. Nope. Somewhere in there. Let's see. Is there? It's a little bit of copper alloy or bronze. Curving. It's obviously quite small. Could be like a mouthpiece for an instrument, or maybe even part of a candlestick. Possibly. But, well, it's a thing. A little bit of feedback on this little Montes holder that I've got for the DEUS II. It's doing really well. One of the biggest problems I've got is the spade is curved on the top, so it always wants to slide off, and no matter what way I sit the detector against it, it just always falls over. So 3, 4, 5, 10 times every time I'm out detecting, it falls, and when it does, without this case, almost without fail, the head falls off every single time. So this seems to be doing a great job so far. Cost wise, I think it was about £15, 20 US dollars. What's that, 30 Australian dollars on eBay, delivered to the door. So far so good. And so far, the control head hasn't fallen off. Yet. It's got to be a coin. Listen to that. Even a chance of a silver. Or a Georgian copper. This end of the field has produced quite a lot of Georgian copper coins. Oh, that's a screamer now. 90. 91. This could be a silver, you know. I'd take a Georgian copper as well. Oh, folks, I think we've got a silver. I think we might have a silver. Oh, it's a bottle top! Oh, my goodness. Oh, and of course, 90, 91 sometimes means a bottle top. Oh, heart attack. Sure, that was a silver coin there. Well. Another wee catch up with Albert, and he's doing pretty well too. So we've got a halfpenny, but it's pretty worn. I cannot make out a head on that, but it's probably somewhere between Queen Victoria, Dirty Bertie, George V, and maybe even George VI, but it looks like a halfpenny to me, so sometime between 1837 and what, 1936 or thereabouts. But still, it is a coin. He's got himself another little tomback, which will be from the late 18th into the early 19th century. He's also got himself a little lead bag seal, which has got a little bit of lettering on this side, but hard to read. Looks like it ends ME at the top. At the other side, there's an R, an E, maybe a D or an O on there, and you can see where the ribbon has passed through, but it's blank on the other side, or at least it's worn away on the other side. Probably from the 1800s, maybe for seed or fertiliser. And he's got this curious thing. We don't know if it's lead or bronze because it's got a sort of green colour to it, but it could be lead. And it might be a loom weight. It's maybe missing. There would have been a loop there at the top, which is snapped off. Or it could be bronze. So I think it's probably a weight, but I'd be interested to see what you all think. Almost looks like an arrow on that side. But an interesting little find, whatever that is. And if it is a loom weight, well, it could be many, many hundreds of years old. But let us know. And then I would say his star find of the day. Look at that. It's a wee man's head. It's one of those, what are those old-fashioned hats made of? Is it ostrich?
Yeah.
Those big feathers that kind of droop over.
Yeah.
So there you go, the sort of ostrich feathers going over his head. You can see the moustached head. It's made of lead, and it's got a little tip, a little point going down, which looks like it's snapped. And I was saying to Albert, I wonder if it could be a pipe tamper for tobacco, and or even some sort of decorative pin. But either way, it is a very interesting little find. It's definitely not a toy, because you're not going to have much fun with that as a child, are you? So what do you reckon? Date-wise, 19th century, I would say. But if you know, comment below. That is a star find. I love that. So two little interesting figures today. One little silver lady and one little beheaded man. Probably both from the same sort of period. Phenomenal. A wee 51, 52, it's small and it's round looking. Is it a button? Ugh, I was trying to get that out without making a mess, but I've made a mess. I don't know what that is. Is that even the signal? Yeah, I think it is. Let's double check. Oh, turned it off. That is the signal. Is it a thing or is it junk? Let's give it a wee brush together and find out. Yeah, it might be a wee, well, it's almost like a wee sort of mini brooch or something, isn't it? With a little pin going through it. Yeah, I don't know, it might be something, it might be nothing. Kind of horseshoe shaped. Well, you know what, I think it is. I think it's some sort of little clasp. Just try and straighten it ever so slightly. Well, it's a thing, I just don't know what. And I've dropped it. Right, on to the next. Have a listen to this one. Shouted Albert over because I said could be silver. Let's see what he reckons.
Oh, it's got...
No, more over. more towards me. There.
Sounds silver.
It sounds terrible on yours. Maybe it's interference from my machine, but we'll soon find out. Tin can. Still sounds pretty decent. Alright, get the pinpointer. Well, a good bit deeper if it's still in there. I'm going to turn you off for a minute and get back to you. Well, it became pretty obvious that it was something big. There it is. It's a big piece of aluminium. It might even be a number plate or something. I think it is maybe a number plate. It is. Well, it's a number 12 anyway. Yeah, there you go. Not to be. Ah well. We have a little wolf running towards us, which can mean only one thing. That she's away to attack Albert. So Jura's here, which means my wife is here, which means that the day is done because she's come to pick me up because we're going to do some shopping. So Jura's just turned 3. It was her birthday yesterday. Another day on the fields of Perthshire, and a pretty good day with a bit of silver, a coin and a few other interesting items. So let's have a wee look at the best from today. There we go folks, that is my finds of the day. I think that could be some sort of little horseshoe type brooch, which has seen better days, but still, it's a thing. My little button with a V, which may or may not be something to do with the Perthshire Volunteers. Jura's wagging her tail there, because Albert's always got treats in his pocket. And then I got my wee George V halfpenny. Last but not least, find of the day is my little silver doll. It's beautiful. Really, really like that. I haven't had anything like that before, so it's amazing. These finds that you can get detecting on the fields of Perthshire. If possible, we'll have a wee look at what Albert's got, but he's busy playing with my dog at the moment, so who knows. But that is the best from me. There we go, that's the best from Albert. So this we think is a lead, probably a loom weight for weaving, which could make it pretty old. Star find I think was his little lead head, which is possibly a pipe tamper, probably 18th or 19th century, but it's a nice wee find. Couple of little tomback buttons, the halfpenny, which unfortunately is toasty, but there's a wee bit of a head maybe showing through. I think it might be George V, maybe, which would put it 1910 to 1936, and then he's got this little lead bag seal, probably for fertiliser or seed from the 1800s more than likely. He also got this towards the end, which is some sort of mount, maybe for leather, possibly a saddle or some sort of harness decoration for a horse. So there you go, and that is the best for Albert. Nice, what a great day out. So there we go folks, another great day on the fields of Perthshire and a little bit of silver, so an absolutely brilliant day for me. And some interesting little finds for Albert too, including that little headless or beheaded little lead piece along with that potential weight, which might be a loom weight. So all in all, a good day. I'm not complaining, and that's for sure. So nice to be back out. As I say, the rally season nearly upon us. Sounds like Simon might not make it to Digathon in Yorkshire, so I think it's just going to be Marty, Pete and I. Albert can't make it because he's going to be away on holiday. And then again it'll be Detectiveville and then Lothian Relics Rally in the Scottish borders, or Edinburgh or something like that. So as ever, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help support the channel's growth. and I'll try and separate Albert from Dura. The two of them are having a love fest. As ever, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all on the next dig. And hopefully there's going to be plenty more digs coming soon, because by the middle of August we should be in full harvest of the barley, and then by the probably start of September they'll start harvesting the potatoes. So thousands of acres becoming available. So we'll see you all on the next dig. Take care, and thanks for watching. And I have to say, I'm really liking this. Doesn't add any weight, gives a lot of stability to the head, and for what, £15? I think so far it's money well spent. Great wee thing. Right, that's us. See you on the next dig.